Hello, Jason Lord here. YOJLO.
Here in Lincoln, Illinois, and I'm gonna go out and see the property today. They're gonna put in a river crossing, a stream crossing. So out here to harvest timber. I got this sweet Toyota Taco. Really like it. I'm gonna have some fun with this thing this week. Out on those farm roads, I'll find some. But yeah, I rented like the cheapest, sedan because I was gonna be here for a while, I think, and they gave me this thing, so I'm loving it. Trip starting out good. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Illinois. Thing is bad to the bad bone. Picking up that big old log there. Thing is bad to the bad bone.
It's a beast. It is a beast.
See where the animals come across right here. This is where he's building it. Look at that, see? Going right across. Alright, you can see I can climb down here if I want, down to the creek. And yeah, no problem. And then Tim fired up the saw. His cousin Danny was there too, making quick work of the tops of the branches. That first big white oak, 36 feet long, 32 inches thick. It's hard to put into words that sheer power you feel when something that immense hits the ground. This was the start. There it goes. Woo! Oh! Incredible.
It did price the dead stuff.
Yeah. There it goes. Wow! Incredible! There it goes. Yep.
Big beautiful tree right here.
Yes.
It's dying, man.
Yeah.
See all the bark scaling off of it?
I do. Yeah.
Nice. Right over on that hillside. Another one. See it?
Yeah.
Bark scaling off of it. It's dying.
So the ones you feel you could get anything from them, take them.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's
yes.
what I'd like you to do. So
Yeah.
perfect. I'm totally aligned with you on that.
Okay. Well, I just want to be 100% on the same page with you, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. What I think has caused the smaller, younger trees to die is these great big canopies.
Yeah.
And when the sun's shining and it's full leaves and everything,
Yeah.
these smaller trees are getting no sunlight.
Makes sense.
And I think that's what killed a lot of them.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense to me.
and then a lot of them, like that double tree right there,
Mm-hmm.
that tree just pretty much it's lived its life and it's done, you know?
Yeah.
Time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty. All right.
This tree here will have 3 different qualities in it.
Okay.
A veneer log, a high-grade lumber log, and a low-grade lumber log.
Okay.
See all the cat faces and small knots.
Yep. Yep.
That's still sought after, but
Cool.
but that's the way it's done, Jason.
Yeah. Stay in, and I forget how hilly the land is and how difficult it is to walk around. It's like I'm exhausted from from like walking around today. But I wanted to just walk back along this side, take a look at everything again. I really like being out here. It's so quiet. It's beautiful. It's like secluded. And look at this. Look at that cave down there. Oh, see it? Right down in there. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not. Right down in there. Creek on the property. Looks like there's beavers doing some work here again. So pretty amazing when it falls. It's like hard to describe because it's not, you don't really witness it ever in life, and it's powerful. That's the way I would describe it. Very powerful. And Tim and his cousin are pro loggers, man. Those guys know what they're doing. So I'm really glad they're out here working. And it's gonna be a good week. It started with a patch of family-owned forest in Illinois. 3 weeks carved out to harvest white oak timber that had stood for generations. But before the saws could sing, before the first giant fell, we had to cross the creek. Watching the crew build that temporary bridge, layers of brush, logs, and dirt, it wasn't just a crossing. It was the gateway to the whole project. Professional work right from the start. Gonna put a road right through this valley right here so they can drag the trees out. Day 2 and the skidder arrived. Muddy ground already, but watching that machine drag out logs, pure power. They leave the tops behind, mulch for the future. You worry about the ruts? but they say in a few years you'll barely notice. 11, maybe 12 trees down already. You could almost see the history of the trees.
It's called shot worms.
Shot worms?
Shot worms. Looks like you shot it with a shotgun.
Okay.
After they get in them, and they just keep going towards the heart, and they're ruin it for grade lumber, but for pallet stock, it's okay.
Okay.
Taking brush, it's all length this wise, so it lets the water go through. They put brush down, they put logs on top of the brush. You can see some big logs down there, and then they put brush on top of the logs, and then they put dirt right over top, and that's it. So progress hit a snag. A hydraulic hose on the skidder went bust, and fixing it took all day. Perfect weather, ironically, 70 degrees and sunny, but no wind. You need that breeze to help push the trees over safely. So we had 2 trees leaning but not falling, and no skidder to nudge them. I ended up playing guard for a few hours, making sure no one wandered into a dangerous spot. Thursday, we are doing more logging today, more timber harvesting. White oak. I'm here at the front. I'm about to drive in. I'm gonna go ahead and drive in all the way through the culvert this time, over that temporary stream crossing, and go back into where they're They're staging the logs, and I'm gonna park my car back into it more today. So check it out. This is the drive-in.
What the veneer companies are looking for is clean, tight growth on the rings, pretty tight growth.
Okay. Yep.
And they like logs that's 9'6", 10'6", 12'6" for veneer companies.
Okay.
Lumber logs can be anywhere from 7 foot,
Okay.
6 up to 16'6".
Okay.
So you have some super long ones, and I'm going to try to make a 10 out of this one. 10-foot veneer. That's right on time. And this piece here, will make that about a
9-footer maybe?
I'll make it 9 footer. Get rid of this double crotch, you know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make it 8
Oh yeah, look at that.
This is a different kind of worm. It's called a glass worm. That's what these are, glass worms.
Okay.
Cause these tracks, but I'm not sure.
Well, I'm in the woods here, and we're right off the farm, and I found another deer stand. Look at this thing. I think this looks like a newer deer stand too, though, but oh wow, I want to come back here and just explore all this so bad. Like some water shoes, and just all day long we could explore these creeks out here. We got to come out camping. This is the river right here. The creek we got going through the farm. But you can see some big ruts here. Check it out. This is where they're dragging the logs from back in the forest out to the road. It's the only way they can do it. Hey Tim, what causes these lines on the hickory tree right here, the horizontal lines? Woodpeckers, wow. Look at that. There it goes, yep.
Oh baby.
Wow.
You may have to pull that.
Not sure what's going on in Middletown up here. Looks like there's a fire. Bit of fire going on there. I'm here at the Rusty Rooster in Middletown. I'm waiting for Justin Agee. He's gonna come and meet me here. He said, let's meet at the Rusty Rooster. Justin Agee, we're gonna go and check out the stream crossing and see how the logging operation's going. And he's gonna show me the farm. Oh yeah. That's okay, yeah. So far. To a beaver trapper that Justin knows, because we got some beavers in the creek, it looks like to me, and we're gonna ask him if he'll go and trap them for us, get them. They can be his, he can have them, take them out of there. This is where that big fire was earlier today. I'm gonna call it a day. It's about 5 o'clock. I've been out here since 7. Had a great day. Justin took me around, showing me his woods, and we saw like a herd of deer. We saw like 50 deer or more. We couldn't even count them. It was awesome. And he had this sweet Razor vehicle that it was so much fun. It's like it's just a thrill to ride in. So
Yeah, I'm just exhausted really from walking out in the woods all day. It sounds crazy, but along the creek, I met this guy, Opie, that's friends with Justin, that likes to trap beavers. So I'm gonna show him on Monday where we got some beaver dens here in the creeks. So get him out there, get those beavers out of there, and it's good to know somebody locally here that can do that for me. So yeah, it's been a really productive day. Even though the loggers had the skidder go out on them, the hydraulic pumps or hoses or something went out, so they kind of set them back today a little bit. They got cutting done. They got about 10 more trees at least cut today. And you know, Monday they'll get back out here because they fixed the skidder today. So tomorrow is super bad weather. We'll see. It'll be like 40 miles an hour winds, they say, and rain. So they can't log on those conditions. So they're gonna come out in the morning. That stuff's not supposed to start happening till later in the afternoon, and they're gonna see if they can do anything in the morning. So I'm gonna meet them out here tomorrow morning.
The day ended on a high note, though. Met up with Justin Agee. Got a tour in his Razor. 60 miles an hour with no windshield across the fields. Now that wakes you up. Also met the South neighbor. A good guy, seemed genuinely pleased with the professional job on the creek crossing. Making good connections feels just as important on this trip as the logging itself. All right, the skidder's working. Look at him drag those 5-ton logs. John Deere, baby. And a professional driver. And driving it over a temporary stream crossing that we had built. So it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna go walk around here and talk to Tim and get at it today. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day. Sitting on one of the logs we have here. White oak. They're dragging them and then he's marking them up. They cut them into logs. Today they're actually making logs. Different logs are different values, and mark them off in 10 or 12 or 14-foot sections. And depending on the quality, and he can tell by the bark and by the tree what it is. Look at that thing, 5 tons, just dragging it no problem. Going right across the temporary crossing we put in there. It's brilliant. So there's a lot of dead wood in the forest, and what happens is that dead wood just will fall over. And if the wind picks up, and it will today, they say, a lot of these dead wood are gonna fall over, so we're gonna see a lot more fallen wood, we think, over the weekend. But you can see where I got my rental truck here. I parked it, and then I just noticed like there's a real big dead tree leaning over that's just about to fall over onto the truck. If those other trees right there hold it and it pushes it this way anyway, it's gonna
hail that. So I'm gonna go move that truck right now and get it out of the way from getting crushed. They popped a tire on the skidder, so they did a thing to put the tire back on, and now they're pumping it back up, so they fixed it, and they're just working their asses off. Logs. Look at that. Dragging them right there. Dragging them up.
Woke up early, excited to get back at it, but the forest was grim. High winds and rain. Turns out the wind actually helped. It pushed over those stubborn trees that hadn't fallen from the previous day's cutting. But then the skidder popped a tire off the rim. Always something. But the guys fixed it fast. We also decided not to mess with the trees right on the fence line. Too risky, too much hassle with damaging the property. Good fences make good neighbors, right? Poor Danny learned about the electric part of the fence the hard way. Leaning back with a chain in his pocket, he got zapped. The weekend brought a change of pace. Laundry. The glamorous side of logging. Took some measurements myself, hiked back into the timber, incredibly muddy, just to confirm that those stubborn trees had finally fallen, and yes, they had. So I sent Tim a picture. I did some exploring. I saw my grandma's old house. I went and saw my uncle's old place. I discovered perhaps the best
Gotta
Reuben
do the laundry.
sandwich
I only
on
brought
earth
2
at
outfits on this
Abe's
trip, so I gotta
in
like wash them now.
Mechanicsburg,
And I'm re-wearing clothes. They're starting to get pretty ripe after being out in the forest this week. So here at the laundromat in Lincoln, it's pretty nice. It's really like got a clean setup, tables to fold things. Really, really, really cool. So right here off of Woodlawn Avenue. And I'm gonna do my laundry. I slept in. It was so nice. I just slept. There was a tornado warning last night, and it just went by us. So it stormed pretty good, but it reminded me of when I was a kid at my grandma's house, like, and the house creaking when the storm was here in Illinois. Just brought back a lot of memories for me. So about a half hour the wash will be done, then a half hour for drying.
Sometimes the quiet days are just what you need.
Right, I came out to the farm on Sunday here and it rained and you can see it's just really muddy. Look at the mud on the ground. Frustrating, but it looks really muddy. I made it back here with the rental car, but I'm not going to take it across the stream out here by myself. I'm not going to get back stuck in the mud somewhere where I'm like miles from nowhere, it feels like. Still good, hasn't washed away. Looks like the deer have come through here already. Oh. Woo! All right. It's beautiful back here, quiet. And I'm coming up to see, I think this is it right here. Yep. It fell over. This tree right here, this is the tree that they hadn't fallen over, so sure enough. Wow. Oh. Yes. See? Look at that. High winds push that thing right over. You can see back here has already been forested. We've already taken the logs out of it from back here, and it still looks really good. I mean, listen to how peaceful it is out here. It's so quiet. It's not even that windy right now. It snowed last night, and you can see what the forest looks like. Yeah. The deer love like soft dirt, so you'll see in the mud where they're just like, they just love the feeling of it. They just trample all over it. So all this looks bad right now. This looks terrible. It's actually not bad at all. It really, like in like a week or they say like a couple of years, but like the deer smooth all it out and like you won't even know it was there. It's like incredible. All right, I took a much drier path back, and you can see good old deer footprint right there. It's hard to miss that thing. Look how deep it is, and see how they love the soft dirt. They love putting their feet in the soft dirt. So, making my way back to the car. I'm gonna go head back soon. There's not a lot for me to do out here today. It's really wet. I kind of find out what I wanted to about those trees. Now the task is, how do I get back across there without slipping in the mud? I'm out here at the farm. I just drove out here in the mud. This is the fields right here. You can see where we're staging the logs out over yonder. I'm gonna go drive over there right now, and it's pretty muddy, so hopefully I don't get stuck. I'm gonna try to haul ass through this stuff so I don't get stuck in it. We'll see how fun this is. Look at that, turning, I can't even turn. This one here, 36 again. Should be making on this. Overall, I think it's going to be really worth our while. All right, I just left Cornland. I was out at the farm and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for lunch today. It's like actually getting to be mid-afternoon. I haven't eaten yet. I thought I'm gonna go to a different restaurant. I'm gonna go find a small place in either Buffalo or Mechanicsburg. And I found a place in Mechanicsburg. That's where my dad's brother used to live, Dick Lord. And I'm gonna go check it out. And as I'm driving here from Cornland, I just saw a sign that said Buffalo is this way. I'm taking all farm roads, so it's taking longer, but it's really fun. There's no one. I've passed one car, so there's no one around. And yeah, it's just awesome. You can see here around Cornland. It's all the same. It all looks like farmland out here, very similar with the similar tree lines, you know, that border streams. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna drive up here to Buffalo and Mechanicsburg, check it out. Here in Mechanicsburg, Illinois, I just found the house my uncle had lived in here. And it's right here on the corner of Simpson Street and 3rd Cross Street. Right there. This one.
The weekend brought a change of pace. Laundry. The glamorous side of logging. Took some measurements myself, hiked back into the timber, incredibly muddy, just to confirm that those stubborn trees had finally fallen, and yes, they had. So I sent Tim a picture. I did some exploring. I saw my grandma's old house. I went and saw my uncle's old place. I discovered perhaps the best Reuben sandwich on earth at Abe's in Mechanicsburg, Illinois. Sometimes the quiet days are just what you need.
And I'm gonna head back out to the farm and meet up with a guy that is a trapper for beavers. His name is Opie. I'm gonna go down to Middletown and meet him at the Thirsty Rooster at 10 a.m. So after that, I'm gonna go meet my cousin Randy in Springfield. We're gonna have lunch. So I'm really looking forward to that. And they can't log today because it's too wet. It's too muddy still from the rains they had yesterday and Friday. It kind of sucks, but the weather is part of this operation. Is you can't control the weather, you know. So I remember my grandpa being glued to the TV at night to look at the weather report to know what's his day gonna look like the next day, you know. And it's just a part of life out here. Work is sort of dependent on the weather too, so it sucks. It's causing this trip to be longer than I'd anticipated, but we're getting it done. We're out here on the farm and we're checking out for beaver dams with the local beaver trapper Opie, and we haven't come across any yet, but we're looking for signs where the water height's different and we can see where beavers are causing any troubles. Well, I mean, I've walked the whole creek line and I don't recall seeing any areas where there was a difference like that, but
beaver traction, nothing. But I'll guarantee you, once they find this,
this is like
they'll be in here. And we're saying rats. There's already, I'll guarantee you, there's muskrats all up and down here.
Okay.
And if you see that little bank there, how it hangs out over the water.
Yep.
You know,
muskrats go up in underneath here, and that's what's happened here probably over the years. See how this is hanging down?
Yep.
Muskrats come up here, they eat the bottom of them roots off, balls of the roots underneath, and that has nothing to hold it.
The
So
dirt
then
just
it'll
caves
just
in.
eventually bang, fall in. I do a
Okay.
lot of that with ditches around here if they do that, because
Okay.
inside there,
Yep.
that burrows out in there, and there's probably rats living in there.
Okay.
They'll go in there and make a little dirt pallet, and a lot of times out here on the edges you see a mound of dirt. Well, that's their feed bed. They'll
Okay.
sit up on that rock, come out of the water with their sticks and stuff. They'll sit there and go their feed, and then you can see little chunks of food, crap, and stuff like that.
Here we can see the roots on this side of the fallen tree. Right there.
Eat that.
Okay.
Pull that out of there, and then he'll come up and he'll piss in it.
Oh, wow.
And the doe will come back, and she'll pee in it to show that she's an ester. And they nibble these branches. They'll sit here, they'll take and rack them with the brains because they got glands in the corner of their eyes.
Okay.
They'll rack and all this and put their scent all over this. And a different buck will come through there too. If he finds another buck in doing this, just because it pissed him off.
Okay.
They'll come in here and they're coming back and forth and freshen up. That's
cool.
It's called a scrape.
A scrape. Okay. Just met with Opie. What a nice guy. What a Justin Agee knows him. They've known each other for years. He does all the trapping and for the Agee boys there on their properties, and it's very similar to this. So good news, he found there was no beavers here now. He says there's a couple spots. There's some rats that he saw. So he'd like to trap those. I gave him permission. I gave him permission to set traps for the beavers and the rats, and he's welcome to help us with that so that it doesn't become a problem here. He seems like a really good guy to me. I wrote down his number. I gave him my contact information and my mom's, and just really had a good feeling about him. So happy to know somebody of good quality, good character, just a good man. Happy to know him in the area if I ever need something, you know, and I hope that I develop a lifelong friendship with this guy. He seems like an interesting guy. I liked him a lot. Let's meet up with my cousin Randy, and we're gonna have lunch at a smokehouse, so really looking forward to that. All right. Those are the logs. Week 2 kicked off. St. Patrick's Day fittingly brought a bit of good luck and some interesting encounters. Before the logging could resume, I met Opie, the local trapper. No beavers, thankfully, just rats. And Opie was a good guy. I gave him permission to trap on our creek. Small connections, local knowledge, it's all part of the experience. Getting ready to start the day. Guys are sharpening their blades, getting the equipment all working good. Back to the grind and back to the mud. Seriously muddy. But the crew pushed on, cutting more trees. Tim figured we were about halfway through. My muscles were screaming by the afternoon. I was sore. You gain a new appreciation for dry ground and solid footing. Out here in Illinois at my timber farm. 39 acres of timber we got out here. We're harvesting some white oak. So the guys are out here cutting the trees down and the skidders towing the logs out. It's a pretty awesome operation. I'm sitting on a log that's been cut. There she goes. That thing is badass. So badass. I'm out here just walking the fence line. They're sawing way over there, so I'm out of harm's way. So trees like this one right here, we're not gonna cut it, so I'm not gonna break the fence. Turns out that's like a hollow tree anyway, so we're gonna leave it, let the coons live in it. But it looks pretty tore up with all the toppers laying down, but it's actually not that bad. It really isn't. It's gonna be back to like a healthy forest, and you won't even notice that this was done. Drag it right across, right out to the street. Cut them into logs, sell them. Tim went back in the forest. It's super windy. Danny doesn't think that they're gonna do any cutting that he's gonna do. It's just too dangerous back in there. I don't blame them if that's the case. They're expecting maybe tornadoes more later today and storms. So right now Danny's like taking the logs out here and kind of categorizing them, putting them in rows and getting ready for when the lumber buyer comes out to the field here. And they'll take measurements and they'll inspect everything, and they're doing a great job. So you can see them lining them up now.
something, so they sell them as lumber logs, and doing a row of lumber logs. The ones that are veneer have a green paint on it. You can see over there the ones with the green paint. Yeah. I want to show you sort of the progress we've made so far. We've got 129 lumber logs and 30 veneer logs. The lumber logs we put in rows in one way, and then the veneer logs they put nicely along the street. So you can check it out here. Yeah. Making progress. We're doing it. This is what the end product looks like for the buyer to come out and look at it. We still got about 15 or 20 more trees back there that we gotta get, so a day or two more of cutting, and then we'll get all the logs put out here. There's also still a few logs that are laying on the ground out there, and it's too windy today and too wet conditions to get the skidder back there, so they're gonna do that tomorrow or Friday. So, making progress. Well, this is not what we need. Rain, tornado warnings, high winds. They've got like one more day of cutting to do, maybe two, but this is setting us back. So the guys can't work now, obviously, and yeah, I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty loud here in my truck. I'm gonna just sit here for a while and ride it out a little bit. Ooh, hear that thundering. I got some mango jalapeno jerky, so a little healthy snack. I'll just chill here and do some journaling. I just got off the phone with Tim. It's super early. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and it rained last night, and it had high winds, and it's just not going to be a workable day. If I look out here, I can see there's a lot of puddles out there, and we can't, with the mud, we can't do it there. So I understand, and it's like I'm gonna drive out there anyways and take a peek and see how it is, and in the fluke that it's dry out there and we missed it, but it's looking like it's a bust today. I think it's the spring equinox where the daytime is equal to the nighttime, and it rained last night. It rained, there was tornado warnings, and I'm heading back out to the farm to just look at it and see how wet it is, but Tim called and said we're not going to be able to work today, basically. So he wanted me to call him and let him know once I checked it out, but he really, I know what too wet looks like from the other day, and it looks worse today already in Lincoln. So if there's by chance some miracle that we missed it, I'm going to give Tim a call with the good news, but we'll see. Right now it was snowing a little bit earlier, but it's just not sticking, and everything's real wet. Alright, so it's turning out to be a super cold day here in Illinois. I'm in Lincoln right now. I just went to the Goodwill and poked around. It's got like all the stuff that looks like my old grandma's house in there. And I got this little white oak cutting board for cheese cutting board that I think is kind of neat, that I'll put in the package that I ship home. I gotta find a box at some point and then ship all this stuff home that I'm getting as knickknacks, but I thought what I'd do now is I'd go head over to Elkhart, and my mom really liked this one little restaurant and store called Horse Feathers there. So I think I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna find her a souvenir. I'm in Bloomington, Illinois at the mall, and there's a bunch of geese. There's 2 geese.
Still too wet. Confirmed it myself. Almost got the taco stuck doing donuts in the field just to test it. Whoops. A day down meant exploring. Ran some errands, hit the John Deere store for souvenirs. You'll always find ways to fill the time, but you're always itching to get back to the main event.
Driving out to the farm. They don't have all the trees out yet. There's still 12 or 15 trees, and they really thought they'd have them all done by now, and they scheduled for the veneer buyer to come out today. They hate to turn them around, so they're going to let him price out what we've done already, and then they're going to finish the other trees Monday, Tuesday next week. So still working at it, not quite done, but today's a big day because we're gonna see what the value is worth of what they've already done. Yeah, no doubt.
This is true 100% old growth timber.
Oh yeah.
this is old growth timber right here. That's it. That's all it's.
So we got top dollar for it. It's really fantastic news. We just got done working with the loggers. I'm gonna show you with this Toyota Tacoma a little bit what I've been having fun out here in the fields doing. Check it out. This thing is awesome! So awesome! Here they are. Look at all those logs. Yeah!
N43. N43. I-30. I-30.
Later that night, I tried my luck
I-18.
at bingo. Foxhole. I didn't win, but the local teller was pissed. Especially the guy who threw a fit because his bingo win didn't get the same siren blaring DJ celebration as the next winner. Hilarious.
It's Saturday. It's a sunny, beautiful day. It's 47 degrees. It's pretty cold, but it feels good. Hopefully it'll dry out real good and it won't rain tomorrow, but it's like 80% chance now that it's gonna rain. That's not good. So like today I'm gonna go do some exploring. I'm gonna go down by Springfield and I wanna go check out the lake. I've never really checked out the lake down there and I thought it would be cool. And they have a big Lincoln Memorial near the lake, so I wanna just go check it out, and it's about 45 minutes away. All right, I came down here to Springfield to the Lincoln Memorial Garden, and I'm gonna go walk around and check it out. It looks like a really nice little park. Check it out, I found a xylophone made out of wood. Lake Springfield, Illinois. That was the Lincoln Memorial Garden. Pretty kick-ass place. Miles of forest trails and pretty flat, but beautiful trees, beautiful scenery right by the lake. Highly recommend it. Lincoln Memorial Garden, Springfield, Illinois. Just went to the Old Luxembourg Inn in Springfield and definitely had the best ribeye steak I've ever had. Grilled onions, corn. It was delicious. I'm absolutely stuffed. Like, it was all I can do to eat the whole steak. It was a 12-ounce ribeye. It was so good. Highly recommended. Old Luxembourg Inn in Springfield, Illinois. One thing I really respected about the Old Luxembourg Inn in Springfield, Illinois is that they don't have lotto machines. So he wants to preserve the historic nature of the inn, and I totally respect that. It's nice going to an establishment where you don't have those lotto machines because they're everywhere. And it's sad to see, honestly, how much gambling and lotto machines are everywhere. So Old Luxembourg Inn in Springfield, Illinois, definitely worth a trip. Tim came out earlier this morning, or yesterday too, he said the conditions look pretty good, so they're gonna get to logging. He counted 22 more trees that we have to do still. I'm here to check it out. I'm gonna hang out here a little bit and explore the creek, and then I'm gonna head back and get ready to go to my cousin Randy's for dinner tonight down in Rochester. I'm driving to see my cousin Randy at his house in Rochester.
I'm anemic, so I'm cold.
Oh yeah.
I don't do that.
We're coming out here to check out the dairy cow, or not the dairy cow, but the cow that Randy has. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're
What kind is it again? Is it Holston or something? Belted Galloway.
The Galloway Islands of Britain.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's where they came from.
Wow.
Home for them.
This is awesome. You have a beautiful place here, Randy. You know?
Hold that hand on your shit.
Okay.
If I get this one.
How many chickens do you guys have?
I'm only about 40 or so, 50 now.
40 or 50? Wow.
At the peak of our meat bird and egg laying, I probably had 250.
Okay.
That's
250, 250.
It's a
Wow.
little noisy out here sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
Aren't you a beauty?
that's been
Okay.
that's
You're a beauty, aren't you?
that's Gabriella.
Hey, Gabby. Gabriella.
Sounded noisy. We got hanging
She's
from
a
your
pretty
mouth.
cow, though, actually. A good looking cow.
What's your string?
Look at your string.
How did you get a string?
What's up, buddy? Dude, this barn's awesome. Look at this old John Deere right here. Whew.
Yeah, Grandpa rolled over his grave with that one. It's not an Oliver. I tried to buy an Oliver. I tried to buy an Oliver 1750. Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing, sweet pea? Come here.
You're a beauty, aren't you? Gabriella. Good girl, Gabby. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Get your snout in there. As long as I'm eating, you can touch me. Your ears, Dad.
She's so cool.
Don't like your ears touching.
Another weekend. Explored the Lincoln Memorial Garden. Had maybe the best ribeye ever at Old Lux in Springfield, Illinois. Visited my cousin and his wife. Chickens, cows, good conversation. But the real highlight was Sunday afternoon, back at the farm. Just quiet time with God by the creek. And Saturday night, I saw Princess Mononoke on an IMAX screen in Bloomington, Illinois. That movie about the forest spirit, life, death, and regrowth. After watching these ancient oaks come down, it just hits differently. A powerful reminder that forests die and regrow. It's a cycle. Week 3, the final push. Conditions look good, though still cold. Only about 22 trees left to cut. The end was in sight. Creating a road where the road didn't exist before. Here she goes, look at that. Wow. Wow. he goes. Ooh. Look at that big old hawk. That's a big old hawk. It's about ready to wrap up the day. They had a kick-ass day. They got a lot of trees out, logged them up. Looks like maybe one more day of cutting and they'll be done. So they kind of finish up all the prep work though. I'm here with Danny and we're gonna clear the fence. You can see how this old dead tree fell and it's laying on the fence here and we're gonna pull it away. It's just so dangerous back here in these woods. It's crazy how dangerous it is with things flying, logs that are super heavy, just flying through the air. So, you know, it's the last day that they're cutting. It's getting more and more choppy because there's these treetops that fall, like this one right here. So they got to like make their way around that stuff then, and they've been working their way back to front, but as they've gotten more done, it's harder to navigate it, I guess. So I don't want Tim to worry about me in any way or think about me or even have me as a thought. Let him work. I told him I'm gonna get the hell out of the woods, let them cut. I'll wait till they contact me and I'll come back in here. If I feel like it, I can come in as long as there's not a saw going. I can come in and yell for them, but it's really been a surreal experience. I mean, here's a big old white oak right here, number 8. These are one of the last ones they're gonna get because they got to work their way back up through this way. So you can see there's 2 more big ones right here.
Still got some good trees to get. This is really exciting. It's a great day, but I'm gonna get the heck out of here so they don't have to worry about me. There it goes, yes. Ooh. That was the area I was sitting right before. Sure glad I moved. Real quick, I want to record something. I was clearing the fence with Danny. He was actually clearing the fence. I was helping him. But he looked at a tree and he said, "Do you know what kind of tree that is?" And I said, "No." And he said, "The roots smell. You can tell what kind of tree it is by how the roots smell." And I was like, "You're kidding." He said, "Here's a small one right next to it." And he dug down. He pulled out he found the root in the dirt. Like, he dug around, and then he took out his pocket knife and he cut a sliver off of the root, and I smelled it. And it smelled familiar, like tea or something. And it's a sassafras tree. Sassafras root. You can boil it, I guess, and make tea, and it's delicious. And you could smell it. It was really fragrant, like sassafras. So it's really interesting. Counted 132 rings on this big tree here. That means it would have been in the late 1800s that this thing was a little guy. Woo, there it goes. We're getting a few, like one white oak, a couple red oak, and a couple black walnuts. So this is a red oak right here. You can see him dragging off the next one he just did right there on that log. And Tim's cutting the third one right here. And we're just going along this ridge, and we're getting a couple trees. I think the guys are done with cutting. We've got like 200 white oak lumber logs, several more veneer logs, 14 I think. We already sold 34 veneer logs, and we have about 200 white oak lumber logs, about 4 or 6 black walnut logs, and about 6 or 8 red oak logs. So a ton done. So cool. I got this piece of white oak off a branch that I saw out there in the forest of something that they cut, and I'm gonna have them slice me like just some sections of this so I can take it home and maybe do like coasters or something. I don't know, but it's kind of cool just to have. But this log isn't very big, and it's all I could do to carry it through the forest. I mean, check it out. It doesn't look that big. Jeez. See if I can capture it falling on the ground. Here, I'll just push it. I'm gonna push it off the truck. Wasn't a big thud like the other trees make, but it's still super heavy. It's a beautiful day here in Illinois, in Menard County, at the farm, right off Irish Grove Lane. You can see we've stacked up about 200 lumber logs of white oak. They're way back in the corner there too. There's like 40 back on there, and then all these. Then over here we have some black walnut and some red oaks, and then along this road we have some more veneer white oaks. There's 14 of those, so pretty awesome. The guys are done cutting. They were tired. They kicked ass today. They really worked hard. They're gonna come out tomorrow and finish prepping. They're gonna finish clearing, so see all this, like they won't leave a trace of any of these branches, and then they'll go back and make sure that the farm is all cleared. And but they've done a really great job. I mean, it's so cool. They got great equipment. That skidder, this like little bobcat something, it picks up those logs like nothing. And then they got a bigger one when they load them into the semis. So I find myself getting emotional and like tears running down my face. And I'm really like humble and grateful just to God, really, for this whole experience. Because it's been hard. It's been a grueling 3 weeks. 2 weeks and a couple days only, and we're gonna finish it off here in the 3rd week. And we managed to get a lot of white oak. There's a lot of responsibility with owning forestry. So we've got acres of forest out there in Illinois. It's beautiful. It's been hard work. Like, I feel like it's been really hard work, like physically, like just trekking through the forest and like running out of the way of these falling branches and stuff. It's like my body's really sore and I feel like I've worked hard. And like these guys do it all the time. You know? I mean, Tim looks like he's kind of out of shape even. But god dang, that guy's a tough guy. You know? And Danny, he's like older. He's like 60 or so. He's getting around awesome. I mean, he doesn't climb up trees and stuff, but I swear it seems like he could. So I feel all dirty and grimy, and like I'm gonna go back to the hotel and shower, and yeah, I'm just feeling really just grateful considering how much work that is and how much money we're gonna get when selling these logs, and how well the lumberjacks have presented the logs for sale. It's just really humbling. It's really humbling. And it's like, I feel like God is telling me something. He's telling me that I can do really anything, really. Because like a month or two ago, we didn't even, this was like a dream of we just talked about it. Of like, what if, that timberland that we have has some trees on it that we can harvest and we can make some money, and we can also do what's proper for the forest, because you feel a sense of like pride that we harvested at the most mature time for these trees. And the lumberjack picked only those trees. You know? And the stuff that he crashed and the dead trees that it hit, it's okay. That stuff's gonna fall in the next 3-5 years anyways. It's like they did a kick-ass job, those guys. And I'm really like in awe about it when I think about it. And when I think about like being out there with them, it's good. It's like good, honorable work, you know? So it feels good to be part of that or to witness that. Yeah, it's like, you know, I find the emotions coming out of me because it's like really, really special. It's like, you know, after safely going in and out of the like, you know, the danger zone, if you will, of that forest, because any one of those dead trees can fall at any time. Some of them are like hanging on to other trees just barely. They're about to fall, and you know, you got to watch where you're going. You have to keep your head on a swivel out there and be aware and listen, and you have to be attentive. It's really like, it's really intense. I went out and bought this shirt so it's like super bright so that Tim could see me way far out. Hopefully I was. And, you know, even as far out as I was, when I learned how Tim would do this trigger cut at the end, and I always would like make sure that I had a spot to turn around and run if the tree started falling my way. And then you watch the top of the tree branches and you could see which way it was going. And you know, he always had that thing fall exactly where he wanted it. He always put, you know, he would tell me it's going to go this way, so I'd go the complete opposite direction, and I'd run through the forest to get out of the way. People have no idea. People have no idea what's going on when they're buying hardwood floor or hardwood cabinetry. They have no idea the guys that are on the ground in the woods cutting those logs are men. They're just hardworking men, you know? I've really come to appreciate the land. I like love it. It's beautiful. There's like these 8 acres that you can cut all the brush back and get maybe another 2 or 3 acres even. So you could have like 10 acres back there to farm, small farming, you know, small tractor farming. You could just do those 10 acres and it would be really cool. And it's like prime dirt. You would just plant it and it would grow up. It would be amazing. And I could see someday doing that, like putting in a little cabin or a little shack back there and just farming and raising some goats. And I mean, you could fence those goats off in the forest and clean it all up. They could eat everything. There would be a lot of fun, you know. There's a lot to dream about, and after walking every inch of that forest, I gotta say, it's just awesome, you know. It's just awesome. So, all right, I'm gonna try to. These emotions hopefully are coming out of me, and
despite a Monday feeling and some tricky wind, it turned into one of the most productive days. 12 more trees down. Danny stacking logs. Derek wrestling the skidder through the lingering mud, making some wicked ruts. They say deer and time will erase those ruts, but man, walking in them feels like losing a shoe. Got some great GoPro footage right near the trees falling, always mindful of the danger though. Seeing those 5-ton logs pile up, incredible.
I found this spot along the creek on the field here. Right behind me is all of our farmland. And over that way, can't see it, but that's where we have all the logs placed. So I'm back here pretty far in the field, not as far as you can go, but right along the tillable ground here, it comes pretty close. You can drive up right next to it is the creek, and you can kind of see it here. You can see fresh deer tracks down there at the bottom. Down there. Time to do some donuts. The camera wouldn't stay still. I'll try again.
They finished the cutting today, even took a couple of red oak and black walnut trees. I got out of the way. It's just too dangerous during those final cuts. Counting the final log piles, the logs of white oak, veneer, and lumber logs, the red oak and walnut logs added to those. Wow, standing there, it just hit me. This wasn't just logging. It was witnessing hardcore man's work. Respect for the crew. Respect for the trees. 132 rings on one stump. Think about that. Late 1800s. It was surprisingly emotional. Maybe it was gratitude. Maybe seeing such long lives end. Maybe just missing my family. Blessed. Just utterly blessed.
Take a couple inches too, 22, 8.
Remember what I told you? You take off for the rod.
Pretty big. Grade 15. Pretty close.
Yeah, I was messing with him.
12, 28,
I said,
15.
yeah, I got a couple loads out here and then a couple loads on the next job, you know. He pulls in, he's like, funny guy.
926.
Funny guy.
Diameter 26. Grade 13. Grade 13. Save log. 9. 22. Grade 11. Grade 15. Save log. 8. $22. $12. Save log. Diameter 27. Goodness gracious. 28. Save log.
Pretty log. It's a
It's a nice
beautiful
log.
saw log.
Cancel. 817. The wood in this, if you just look at the wood, how tight that grain is, man, it's nice. 12, 16.
You got this guy.
Yeah, that's the one I'm curious about how
Same
you
log.
do this one.
The old,
This is not as good as it gets.
this is the old double barrel.
This is
Double barrel.
oh, Timmy.
Hey, it's not only big, it's ugly too.
Okay.
It's not only big, but it's ugly too. So.
I really want to debark it.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to have good boards on the
What?
sides. It will.
I don't know what comes out of logs. I
You do know-
I just cut them.
You know what comes out of them.
I just cut them.
Before I leave, we're going to talk about that log over there because I want to learn something. I want to learn something today. Okay? I do.
I've been around the mill.
I know you have. I know. But you also know 2 toms were 50 cents, so I want to look at it. I'm just saying. I want to look at it with you.
I can tell me and him's gonna get into it today.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
We're gonna
10.
be rolling around out here in the
No,
dirt.
we're not. I'm not rolling around with you anywhere, buddy.
Nathan from Beaumont Lumber Company, and he's got a computer headband that he can talk into, and it's talking back to him and asking him for the different diameter lengths and then grade quality. So then that's going to take all that into the computer and he'll give us a quote based on those measurements. So it's really cool to see how they're grading them and marking them down really for defects or whatever. But it's a timely process because they got like 185 of these or more to do. Like a fire scar.
Yeah.
That's what this is right here.
Better one.
Okay. So
That'd be the side, the uphill side of like the fire wrap around the tree,
okay.
and then you can see how it changed the growth. The growth rings just turned into callus wood to compartmentalize that wood.
Wow, interesting. God. With Matt Peterson from the forestry department, he came out to look at the forest with me today. So really cool that he came. It's fantastic, and it exceeded my expectations. I was doing some calculations to try to guess and see what this was going to end up to be, and it turned out I was overestimating in a couple of places. But I gotta say, these guys did a really professional job. They measured everything. Tim did a great job arguing and trying to get the grade lumber as highest grade as you could. He said, "I'll argue over 5 cents" to the guy. So, and they went log by log. They did all of them, so it took them all morning. The lumber yards were about $3,000 lumber yards less when they took off the 1 foot sections and they downgraded the lumber. Pretty amazing. 62 trees cut. That's it. Wow, that's it. No more. Done. They're gonna load those logs now onto semis and be gone. Done. Wow. And what a blessing, you know, what a blessing this is to have this property and to be able to do this, you know, do this work. It's been incredible, you know. Yeah, just really emotionally spent too, exhausted, and it's been really, really cool. So I feel blessed. All right. Met with Matt Peterson from the Illinois Forestry Department, and he gave me the lowdown on the purple paint rule for marking property lines for no hunting and no trespassing. That's the international symbol recognized in Menard County. We also got the final numbers for the sale of the lumber, and the grand total for the sale was outstanding. Tim said it's the most he'd seen for white oak like this. Wow. Tim stacked all the logs into one massive pile for the semi-trucks to load. Watching that cat loader pick up 3 huge logs at once, impressive doesn't even cover it. Ran a quick errand for Tim, grabbing diesel fuel for him. It felt good to help out, even in a small way. Started saying goodbyes too. Dinner with Danny and his wife. Good people I hope to call friends for a long time.
I don't need to stick around for the whole time until they take all of it. I just wanted to come out and see them how they stack the logs too. Look at all these logs. I'm gonna try to go stand by it to see so you can see how tall it is. It's the weekend. It rained a little bit today. It's cold. It's like in the 46 degrees or so. I'm gonna put on my jacket and spray can some trees with purple paint. So I'm basically gonna mark the trees and show people here no trespassing, no hunting. It's the standard that the Illinois Forestry Department representative Matt told me to do, and that we're covered essentially in terms of marking the property by just using purple paint like that. So check it out. I'll mark some trees. I was just spraying first couple of trees, and a farmer stopped in his tractor and got out and introduced himself. He was the neighbor, the Kunkles, and super nice guy, really nice guy. Really happy I met him. He seemed like genuinely just like a nice guy to me, but he seemed like a nice guy to me, so I'm really glad I met him. I'm gonna mark some trees and keep going at it. Look at this, you step right in off the farm and you're in this world.
The last weekend, headed out Saturday to mark the creek perimeter with that purple paint. Met another neighbor, super nice guy. Rain cut the painting short. I took the dirt road back. 5th Street became my route. 10 miles of dirt, rarely saw another car. I confess I might have pushed that taco over 100 miles per hour a few times out there. Had one last patty melt at the Foxhole in Lincoln. That place became a staple for me.
All right, it's Sunday. It's my last day in Lincoln, and it's my last day going out to the farm today. So I'm gonna go out there right now. It's in the morning. It's like 9 a.m. and I'm gonna go out there. It might be the last time. I might go out there twice today. We'll see. But I just want to go out there again, check it out. I don't know if I'll spend a lot of time walking around out there, but I'm really excited to come home. So I just want to see it one more time, and then I really want to get home. It's going to be hard to go to sleep tonight. I'm going to probably be up all night, and I was thinking I need to leave like by 7 a.m. tomorrow in order to make it, and I think I'm probably going to leave at 5 a.m. or I'm going to leave tonight. I'm gonna just go down there and sleep at the airport because I can't wait to come home. So all right, do another time lapse here of the drive that's going from Lincoln to the farm. So what I do is I just go over to 5th Street, it's called. It's actually 1550 Street. I don't know why people call it 5th Street, but they do. And then you just take that straight out until you get to the road that takes you to either New Holland or Middletown. And you turn left and go to Middletown. You go through the town and around, and then you get to this other prairie road. You take a left, then you take a right on Irish Grove Road, and then we're down there on the left. That's where the farm is that I'm spending most time with on this trip. If you go straight on Prairie Road a little bit past Irish Grove, when you get to the corner right up there, all that section there on both sides is our property too, but I haven't really spent much time in there. Maybe I'll drive over there and check it out today too. All right.
Sunday was about a reflection. Drove out to the farm one last time, parked by the creek, just sat on the tailgate, praying, thanking God for this incredible land, this incredible experience I was on. Thinking about family, thinking about life, thinking about finding joy in experiences, not just things. Did a few final donuts in the field for good measure, and couldn't sleep much that night. I was ready to head home. Woke up early Monday morning and headed back to Phoenix. Drove to St. Louis, caught a flight back to Phoenix, and headed home. 3 weeks felt like a lifetime. An experience etched not just in video and photos, but deep in my soul. A harvest, yes, but I think I harvested more than just timber.
I came out to the farm for one final time to see the sunset, and I'm ready to go home. I got everything packed and ready to go. I'm gonna leave tomorrow morning early and drive back down to St. Louis, and I can't wait to get home, really. But I'm gonna miss this place. I've really come to love it. It's something else. I mean, so peaceful out here, and I'm gonna sit right here and chill out for a while and until the sun sets in about half hour, and then head back. I think I'm gonna get Steak and Shake because we don't really have that, and they're really good burgers and fries actually. So I'm gonna get that as my final thing. I'm not gonna go out and get anything fancy. I've had a lot of really good meals here, and I feel really blessed, like I've said in other videos, you know, but I'm glad it's coming to an end. I said goodbye to Justin AG, brought closure there. He's really cool. Hopefully I'll keep in touch and with him and Danny and Tim and Opie, all kinds of really cool people that I met on this trip. 3 weeks. It's been a whirlwind. It really has.
Thanks for watching. YOJLO. Peace.